Welcome to Dick's Sporting Good Park for tonight's MLS Next Pro finale. Colorado Rapids 2 versus the Portland Timbers 2. These two teams on opposite sides of the spectrum right now. Just played 2 games, so keep that in mind. But Portland Timbers have not won a game. They lost their last one to the Earthquakes 2-0. And for Colorado, they've been cardiac Colorado. There's been some really tight finishes for them, but somehow, some way, they've walked away with 6 points in their first 2 games. They beat Sporting Kansas City and most recently took down Houston Dynamo. So we'll see what they're able to do tonight back at home. Take a look at the starting 11 for the Colorado Rapids 2. Now, they have a lot of people that can get the job done, but so far it's been Hanya up top. You see there wearing number 47. He has 2 goals and 1 assist this year. He has just been the X factor. He's a returner too for Colorado, so that always makes a difference in a league, you know, that has a lot of turnover year to year. So definitely watch out for that top 3 though. Vargas, Harris, all dangerous as well. On the flip side for Portland, again, a team that is just trying to rejig this lineup a little bit. They're playing a 3-back, which they normally would. And right now, the issue is just goal scoring. They've only scored the 1 on the year, and Kalaskan had that finish. He, of course, is a first-round pick, the 15th overall pick out of Loyola Marymount, so he's definitely someone to watch out for Portland in that midfield. But all in all, this is a Timbers team that, you know, again, has been on the cusp. They had played well against the Whitecaps, lost that one 2-1 in the opener, but against the Earthquakes were shut out, and so trending in the wrong direction are the Timbers. So see what they've got today. As you see, Marco Illich in net for Colorado. It's going to be Ryan Bilicek on the other side for Portland. Of course, Colorado sporting those maroon kits, as you see them just talking things over. One last huddle before we get going. It's been a busy day here in MLS Next Pro as per usual. Happy Easter Sunday to all those who celebrate. Thank you so much for taking the time and spending it with us as we wrap up the evening. There's a look at Portland. They've got those gold kits on. And there's Bilicek. He had a tough day against the Earthquakes in the last game. Had to make 3 saves. A 22-year-old would like to see a little less action this time around. 3 tough saves, I should add. It's going to be Joshua Penn to get us started. Portland coached by Shannon Turner. It's Eric Boucher, who is a head coach for Colorado. And we are underway. Malik Badwawi is the referee today. Melissa Beck is assistant referee, Patricia McCarran and Hunter Zachariah. Those are your 4 referees. Tyler Clegg working around here for Portland to get things started. Ferdinand boots it up the sideline. There's Kalaskan, definitely a player to just keep your eye on. 3 preseason games with the first team for Portland, but he does have that lone goal this year, 15th overall pick out of college last year for the Timbers. They have a lot of their draft picks from last season on this roster playing today. Vargas tips that one back. Oliver Larraz, typically on that first team roster, he's an academy product. Push to Michael Edwards, one of the center backs for the Rapids today. Yosuke Hanya, just a fantastic start to his season with Colorado. 2 goals, 1 assist. Obviously just in 2 games played, so he's trending in pretty much a point a game. And like I alluded to, it's just so great to have, you know, these returners. You know how this league operates. Dumps it to Vargas, does Hanya. Out in the box. Opportunity for Colorado. Pushed out. Gersbach Here he is again. Racing to the outside, short corner, puts on a cross, header is out. Portland got a piece of that one. Again, just because Colorado's won 2 games does not mean it's necessarily been the prettiest first 2 games of the season. Against Kansas City, they went down and ultimately had to search for that game winner in stoppage time, which they got from Blake Malone, who was a substitute in that game. And then against Houston, went on the road to take on the Dynamo, which has proved to be very difficult for everybody that Houston has gone up against in history of Next Pro, which is, again, only a year. But they didn't lose a game at home last year, Houston, and then Colorado storms in it down and rains on that parade. But it took 2 unanswered in the final 5 minutes, and once again another stoppage time game winner for Colorado to win that one. So there's something about the Rapids in stoppage time. Edwards being forced back a little bit, some pressure from Portland. They've got Joshua Penn up there. Short pass for Illich. Marco Illich again in net for Colorado. Serbian, who is typically on that first team roster as well. Nice leading pass for Calvin Harris. Harris can't get there. Bilichuk's able to dive just in the nick of time because Harris had beat out everybody. Obviously gets in behind. And look at that line there for Portland. Everybody is exactly in a straight line, and that's so easy for someone like Calvin Harris to just slip through. And Portland has a lot of young players on this roster, and all in all, the Timbers2 team did not do particularly well last year. In fact, they only got 2 wins, along with 18 losses and 4 draws. That was the worst record in MLS Next Pro. Added a ton of new players, though, so, you know, obviously I mentioned the draft picks. They've signed a lot of players with Next Pro experience, a couple from Columbus Crew, the team that ultimately won the Next Pro Championship last year. Gersbach, Vargas, floats in the box, quick little pass. Gersbach cuts through, Vargas again. Lofts it up, back post for Harris! Yes! Gorgeous for Calvin Harris. Already, Colorado's on the board. Well, this is just magic because look at this from Vargas. He sets this up. He has so much time to set it up, and he curls it back post. In the way that Harris directs that with his head, there's no chance for Bilichuk to actually get there. Fantastic stuff. And Harris has a goal on the year, usually on that first team roster, but beautiful stuff for the Rapids, and they have set the tone early. Felt like slow-mo, but it's still so hard to defend. It's almost like how it is to hit a curveball in baseball. You just don't really know exactly where that's going to land, where it's going to be directed. Obviously give Vargas that assist. I'm sure Boucher is pretty pleased with this lead for Colorado. Again, they have often found themselves trying to climb out of a hole, in which they've been able to do successfully twice in those wins, but to actually have some cushion, some wiggle room, it's got to feel good as Hania draws a foul. That's something that he's pretty good at. Just gets fouled a lot, and, you know, knows how to take it, play through it, and then also draw that foul when necessary. And gonna get a bit of a warning here for Portland. Obviously so great that for Colorado that they were able to score, but if you're Portland, this is already an uphill battle. Hania to Vargas. Harris again, he wants another. Gersbach cuts it through. Harris has a chance in front. That one tipped wide and cleared. Right on the line. Tyler Clegg was able to get a piece of that and just rip it out of play. That looked like it had a chance to just trickle in.
Correction. Previous goal scored by Rapids 2 was by number 14, Calvin Harris.
Okay, give me 1 second, I'll give you that.
Gersbach looking to toss it in.
Is that better?
Harris goes turn. Vargas. Aguirre. Harris coming back. Here's Hanya. Gersbach. Harris trying to track it down. Vargas putting on some pressure as well. Finally, it's almost out of there, and it bounces to Larraz. This Timbers team just can't catch a break right now. The line is high for Colorado, but it's working. Aguirre. Markanik. Larraz, 21 total minutes in the MLS, so he has some experience, just 21 years old as well. A player that is fresh out of the academy for Colorado. Harris trending in the box, cuts it to the middle, wants another, everyone collapses in, so he'll push it out. Here's a shot put on, and it's right to Bilichuk as Aguirre just lets it fly. Robinson Aguirre, just 18. Another player that's out of the academy for the Rapids. Harris. That one rolls. Now the majority of the opening 11 minutes has been in the attacking third here for Colorado. Again, we're at Dick's Sporting Goods Park, and we're wrapping up a Sunday in Next Pro. There's been lots of games today. Ferdinand loses it to Vargas. Vargas cuts it back to Harris. Harris turns around in the 18. Larraz, Gersbach, back to Larraz again. Starts to slice through. Goes to Vargas. And Colorado gets the ball as that one over the head of Hanya. They've had a lot of time to kind of think about their next move before they get a lot of pressure. Maguire. Larraz just keeps on through the contact. Vargas came from Tacoma Defiance, another MLS Next Pro team. Part of the best 11 last year with Tacoma. 13 goals, 6 assists. Hasn't scored yet this season, but we saw what he can do on that feed that he had. Harris was able to score off a header that he just lofted up so perfectly. So a welcome addition to Colorado is Vargas. Just an update on some other scores around Next Pro. North Texas and Vancouver playing right now. Vancouver with 3 first-half goals, and they're up 3-1 over North Texas, a team that had been playing pretty well. Minnesota took down LA Galaxy 2-1. And a slew of other games. Looks like Cincinnati and Huntsville City went to a shootout, and Huntsville City was just barely able to edge out Cincinnati. 7-6. And kicks from the spot. Illich, Edwards. Lots of first teamers playing today for Colorado, as that one off the chest of Harris. And he'll draw that foul. Clegg commits. Remember, Clegg's the one that saved goal number 2 from going in. Right on that line, was able to clear. But it has been all Colorado so far. 1-0, just dominant in terms of possession time. Loraz will take it. Everyone waiting on the top of the 18. This one up. Header. Still in the air. Tracked down in the corner. Disrupted there by Mischich for Portland. Anderson, the Hanya, back and forth they go. Sebastian Anderson, poked out. Ferdinand. Bilichuk. This portion of the match is brought to you by UC Health. With personalized care in locations across Colorado, UC Health is here for you no matter where your story takes you. UC Health, live extraordinary. Oh, we just saw this Portland team finally in their attacking third, but quickly it ends up back in Colorado's attacking third. Anderson's gonna throw it in. Got another player that's typically on the first team or he's rostered that way. As Harris, he is being hounded right now, obviously the goal scorer. Create some room though. Here they come. Anya, nice pass to Laraz. Ends up in the corner. Gersbach. Lofted up and batted out of the air by Bilichuk. Otherwise, it looked like it might go back posts. Ferdinand. Vargas up against Bilichuk. They'll get a foul in the midfield. See, Portland plays with a 3-back. And we're getting a view of it here. Obviously, they rely on, you know, the Webbers and the Popes of the world to come back from the midfield and help out. But really, it's been an all-defensive effort for Portland today in general. Timbers typically playing their games at Providence Park. Blake Pope will toss this in. Long ball. And stepped out. It's always tough when it seems like you have momentum and something like that happens, but just riding that sideline a little too close. Getting the Harris goal in the 5th minute. We really haven't seen a ton of shots for either side. Just 2 shots for Colorado. They've both been on target though. And 0 shots and obviously 0 on target for Portland in this game. And we're 20 minutes in. They have really not been in the box at all. Harris has a lot of green. Everybody blazing back. Wide is Anderson. Dahania turns and is broken up. That's good for Portland. Could have been disaster. Tanya. Back to Anderson. Aguirre. Markanek. Off to Vargas. He's a creator, but he turns right into the defense. Ends up in front of Clegg. And we'll get a foul there. It's going to go against Colorado. Clegg, 22 out of the 3rd round. Played his college soccer at James Madison. Ferdinand. Lots of experience in Canada. He's only 19, but he's a homegrown Montreal Impact player. Originally played a little bit in the Canadian Premier League. Now he's here with Portland 2. Jacan. Edwards. Orkanik. Again, this back line for Colorado. Pretty much the same crew when they can. It's always hard in Next Pro. You're not going to keep your roster together all the time. And obviously, there's lots of first teamers, academy players that are, in and out of the lineup. There's so many things going on too over the course of a season. Different call-ups internationally that you might run into, and then of course things like the Adidas Cup that just happened. It's going to take players off the roster, in and out. So consistency, anytime we can just get some leadership that's consistent, it's very helpful. As this one lofted up to Harris, burst of speed towards it, and the keeper Vilichuk gets there first. Like the thought process though for Colorado to just kind of catch everyone in Portland looking the opposite way. Again, that 3-back has often found themselves in a straight line, and that's how many of the offensive opportunities have come for the Rapids. It's going to end up being a corner kick, so a nice set piece opportunity for Colorado, and they've been dangerous through the air. Again, that lone goal was obviously off the head of Calvin Harris. Up for Larraz. Header, dangerous spot, off the post. Harris finishes! A brace for Calvin Harris. Ooh, they might call this back. I think there's going to be a discussion. Now, we don't have VAR here in Next Pro. The question is, was he offside? Players being told to get back. So they're going to call it offside, no goal. And again, that's a game-changing moment here for Colorado. If you're Portland, you can... I'm not totally seeing it there. Maybe just a hair offside. Obviously had probably a better look at it, as this is dangerous for Colorado. Illich is off his line, and Portland almost able to take advantage of that. So two kind of weird moments in a row, but again, no goal. Calvin Harris does not have a brace. Larraz. So what we're learning, and Portland has said this, that we got to get better at our set pieces. That is what Shannon Turner said in a conversation with him this week. And I think we're seeing it through the air. Colorado's been extremely dominant. And so at this point in the season, after a couple of games, teams know that about you, and they're going to try to expose those areas. And we're just seeing every set piece through the air almost be a goal. This portion of the match is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Still no shots on goal for Portland. 3 shots total for Colorado. Harris looking to make some noise, almost caused a turnover there. That one bounces though. Friendly hop. Larraz can control. Oh, runs right into the defense though. Pope. Here's a chance for Penn, Joshua Penn. Pulls it to the middle. Alscan is the best option offensively for Portland. We have not really seen him get many touches in this game. Victor Griffith goes wide with it. Cross attempt blocked down and headed out by Aguirre. Weber will toss it in here for Portland quickly. Griffith. Taliscan. There he is. Quick touch. Broken up. Larraz. Vargas. Colorado, a team that wants to possess. They're going to zip those passes. They're going to be quick about it. They're going to get the defense moving, and so far, it's worked. They'll go for a home run like that, and that was just too far ahead of Anya making the run. Well, sometimes it's just someone's day, and it's definitely Harris's day. Every time it's been around him, it's been a goal. One, of course, was called back, but he's been able to find the back of the net. Once that counted, once that did not. Obviously, he has some hops. He can get it done through the air. But he's been open too. There's been a lot of time for him to get something off. When he gets it at his feet. This is true for both sides, and he's very fast, and so you can just see, oh, here's a chance for Colorado, like able to get back in time. But you can just see Harris and really this front line for Colorado doing a good job of just kind of getting in behind. It's been an issue. Kind of luckily for the Timbers, they haven't made him pay quite yet in that setting. Harris stretching out for it. Vargas can't get there. It's that one cleared way back. All the way to Illich. Markanek. Aguirre. I mean, just the way that Colorado is moving, Portland's going to get very tired very fast because of all the passes and how organized Portland is trying to stay, and eventually they're going to find a seam. Gersbach gets a corner, and this again has been kind of nightmarish defensively for Portland. We'll see what they do here. If they can stay organized through the air, seems to be a problem. This portion of the match is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Of course, we are at Dick's Sporting Goods Park as well here in Colorado. Home team up thanks to a 5th minute score from Calvin Harris. He had a goal call back. He was offside on a set piece. We'll see what happens this time around. Mraz cleared out. Header just redirects. And it's going to be a throw-in for Colorado, but better. They read it. One thing to note about Colorado is those set pieces look so clean because Mraz's service is very good. And the way that he's able to put some texture on it, but also some like zip, it's been very impressive. There's a reason he's 21 and already has some reps in MLS. Markanik, Vargas, goes back again from the wing, serves it up. Harris almost bounces to Belichick, but that has been, I don't know if it's a game plan or if they were feeling that out and clearly are seeing that that's been a great option. And Harris, I've seen him play before, he is very good through the air, but they have been almost exclusively trying to find him through the air today. That one slips to Vargas. Here's Harris. He wants a brace for real this time. Blocked by Belichick. A little bit of an awkward fall there for Harris. Kalaskan on the rest of Portland. Kalaskan's making a run in the box. There's a shot challenge, and it's off. I don't know if Illich got a piece of that or not. We'll see this again. Well, this is a great challenge for the equalizer, and this is a bit of a problem with Colorado just letting Portland hang around. It's 1-0. That's a really good challenging shot from outside the box. And now we'll see a set piece for the Timbers. Something we have not seen today. Harris again through the air on the opposite side, but he's the one to touch that. Portland's gonna get a throw in here. That's the motion. It's not a corner. Weber will hurl it in, presumably. Actually, just goes with a short pass in the corner. Back to Weber. Quickly, Harris. And now Rapids have it right back. A lot of purpose on that ball put in the box. Edwards out of Woodbridge, Virginia. Aguirre picks up steam. Goes back for Vargas, who's quite fast, but it rolls. And this will be the final game for Next Pro tonight. For Colorado, if they're able to hang on and pick up 3 more points to start the year 3-0, it just gives you a lot of space to, maybe make some mistakes moving forward. Obviously, you would hope you would have an undefeated season. That is not realistic. If you're Portland on the flip side and you still haven't won a game, that's a big hole to climb out of. And so this is a very important game. If you're Portland, you want to pick up some points on the road, and remember, it's a hockey style. You can pick up points in a shootout. So that would be the ideal situation, but obviously for them, they would like to come back and win this game. only had 2 wins last year, and so even just winning today, they'd be halfway to that win total from 2022. And there's plenty of time to do it. It's still just 1-0. Still just hanging on to that slight lead given by Calvin Harris. Here's Penn. Top of the 18, he moves left. Evades one defender, dishes it off. Service in the box, that one's low. And it's cleared out. Should just be a throw. But here's a good chance, and it's not kept in, but I like the idea. Pope was sprinting towards it. Edwards boots that. Here comes Hanya. This is Anderson, excuse me, and the pass to Vargas, a little off target. But I like Anderson and Hanya have made some really good runs today. Just not quite connecting. Gersbach, Loraz, and Illich the keeper. Had one scary moment where he was off his line and Portland almost made him pay. Otherwise, it's been a quiet day back there. You just seen the one shot on target. He had to push it wide. Markanek. Vargas. Aguirre. Almost Vargas again. Harris turns on the Jets, heels, and saves that one. Actually does not. We'll see the whistle there. Doesn't really matter because it's just a difference of it being with Ferdinand or with the keeper in Bilica, but untouched, so it's Colorado ball. Edwards. And Aguirre. A lot of circles. Markanek. Gersbach. Gersbach again, off the feed, towards the wing. Oh, tries to slice to Vargas, and it's cleared. Illich will start things from the back. And just a couple minutes left in the first half between Colorado Rapids 2 and Portland Timbers 2. been dominant so far from Colorado. Lofts it up for Harris. Stops it with his feet. And trending towards stoppage time where we will just get 1 minute. Marcanic just dancing with it. Edwards. Shot still lopsided. Now 5-1 in favor of Colorado. I'm sure we'll see the clear stats at halftime, but right now possession is 65-35 in favor of Colorado. Obviously decimals a little bit there, but pretty insane. Colorado, again, has dominated every facet, and they come close to their second goal. Here's a chance! A beautiful stop by Bilichuk. They're not done yet. Man, Harris might have been robbed of goal number 2. Already was called offside on 1. And then Bilichuk just denies through the air. What a save. Gersbach. Harris. They've been stifling him pretty much every time it's at his feet, but through the air they don't have much of an answer unless Bilichuk makes an outstanding save. Timbers want one back right before the break. Penn slice, and a nice job at breaking that up for Edwards. All right, we're going to see the play on the opposite end. So Gersbach goes wide with it and plays it through the air for Harris. A beautiful stop from Bilichuk. Just reads that so beautifully. And then they almost made him pay this on that second ball, but Vargas just couldn't get ahead on it. Anyway, that's going to bring us to an end of an exciting half. However, it's still Calvin Harris's 5th-minute goal that is a difference right now. Colorado Rapids 2 up 1-0 on Timbers 2. And that's our score at halftime. We'll take a look around the league coming up at halftime. But first, it went down to the wire for the U15 squads earlier today at the Generation Adidas Cup. David Goss and Ricky Lopez Espin have the recap.
The championship match of the 2023 Generation Adidas Cup. Philadelphia Union, Austin FC looking for their club's first ever win at this level. A tough start for Philly as Austin takes the early lead.
The life of a goalkeeper, just so unlucky as this ball just pops off the turf. Smith goes swinging, doesn't get any sort of contact, but Austin FC won't ask any questions. Off to the corner to celebrate, but it was always going to be a matter of if. Not a matter of if, matter of when the Philadelphia Union was going to strike. Sullivan pushes out to his left-hand side as Griffin advances into that final third. It's a man-man. Johnson just crashing at that back post. It's 1-1. Philadelphia answers.
Union fighting out of halftime. This just 3 minutes after the break. Griffin coming up from the left back spot. Johnson, the youth national team player, his first goal of the tournament, and then these two teams, they pushed for it.
And Smith, big time save here as Wolf rises up, does everything right, heads it back to a cross, a lot of pace, punches it off the crossbar. Big time save from Smith to keep himself and the team in this game.
Philadelphia, though, not on their heels for long. Back the other way. They were able to create this opportunity in the opening moments of extra time, trying to find the breakthrough.
And it's a fantastic run from West off the shoulder. He does everything right. Ball's coming over his right shoulder. Contact, arches the ball, big time save. But you thought Austin FC can steal this game as this ball pops across. Williams doesn't get it as clean as he would like, pulls it wide.
But just like Smith, Williams would have his chance to make up for it later on. Philadelphia, though, in the dying moments of extra time, had a big chance. They couldn't score it. And here, Williams dispatches his penalty kick.
And just roofs this thing underneath the crossbar. Arches the ball, man of the match for that reason. Doesn't stand, stands his ground, doesn't move. Big time save. Austin FC 2023 Generation Adidas Cup champions.
Match of the 2023 Generation Adidas Cup. A champion would be crowned, and for Philadelphia, they found an early chance against FC Dallas.
And it's a good idea here from Perez. Just put this ball into a dangerous situation and see what happens. Only Junior gets on the end of it. Called for a handball on Canizales, but who was going to step up? Who was going to smash the ball into the back of the net, the court? The player who's the glue for this Philadelphia Union side, connected the back to front, the front to back, but had the finishing touch to find the back of the net. But Philadelphia Union always try to find that second goal. Always kept their foot on the gas pedal. Olivas trying to get on the end. The Golden Glove winner. Ice Stone, big time save. You can see the size to go down quick like a cat to deny Philadelphia Union that second goal. Molina was terrific for FC Dallas. As this ball comes across, pops out to Vargas. I think he should play Brown there. But as this ball comes to secondary, it's Shrine to the center back and steps up into that final 18-yard box. Just trying to find that near post, but gets it on the wrong side. It's just so unlucky for FC Dallas not to find the equalizer there.
And all that it took was the final whistle. Philadelphia heard it and sprinted onto the field as champions. Philadelphia Union 1-0 on top of FC Dallas as they defeat the Dallas side and take the 2023 Generation Adidas Cup.
All right, we will take a look at stats from the opening half in a moment, but first let's take a look back at the best of Match Day 2 with this week's edition of the Spotlight.
MLS Next Pro's second weekend of matches saw some new faces in the spotlight. Here we highlight all of the players standing out after the second weekend of play. Your MLS Next performer of Match Day 2 is Academy product Ryder Mills. It only took the FC Cincinnati 2 player 3 minutes into his MLS Next Pro debut to score off of the bench. And while he wasn't able to help the road team get the win, he did give them a glimmer of promise going forward. Now, opposing Mills and company on the pitch was the MLS Next Pro player of Match Day 2, Crown Legacy's Brando Cambridge. The forward's first half brace helped earn his team their first ever MLS Next Pro victory. The 2 goals against FC Cincinnati 2 give him 3 on the season, putting him in a tie for first in the early Golden Boot race standings. Another forward getting recognized this week, Cameron Dunbar, with the best goal of Match Day 2. The Minnesota United FC2 forward put his squad ahead off of a free kick that he curled right over a line of St. Louis City 2 defenders and right past their keeper, giving the Loons the lead in the 85th minute and handing them their second straight win. As for the best team performance, well, that goes to Colorado Rapids 2. The club went into Houston, where they handed Dynamo Dos their first defeat at SaberCat Stadium and only their second home loss ever in league play. And they did it in thrilling fashion. After trailing late, Rapids 2 equalized in the 87th minute and then netted the game winner 2 minutes into stoppage time. Congrats to all of our players who are in the spotlight following the second weekend of play. We'll see you right back here for Who Stood Out following Match Day 3.
Welcome back here in Colorado. Colorado Rapids 2 up on Portland's 2. Let's take a look at the stats so far in this game, and I can tell you them right here. So this Colorado team has possessed 65% of the time compared to 35% for the Timbers, and then 6-2 shots in favor of Colorado. And it's been a really impressive. Calvin Harris has the lone goal in this game. We'll have first half highlights coming up later, but if you are new to MLS Next Pro, there are some subtle differences between this league and other professional soccer leagues. So we asked Michelle Mountain and Samara Perez to help us understand what those differences are in this edition of Things to Watch.
MLS Next Pro fans, we are back. Michelle Montaigne alongside my co-host Samara Perez, getting ready for season 2, which will be here very, very soon. And since this league does things a little bit differently, we're here to explain all you need to know for season 2 of MLS Next Pro.
MLS Next Pro was launched by Major League Soccer in March of 2022. The Professional Men's Soccer League provides players a pathway to bigger opportunities in soccer, such as landing a first-team contract. MLS Next Pro is fundamental to the development of all professionals working in and around the beautiful game.
There are 27 teams competing in the league this year. They're broken up into 4 divisions that make up 2 conferences. The Frontier and Pacific divisions make up the Western Conference, each featuring 7 teams apiece. The Northeast Division boasts 6 clubs, and the Central Division with 7 teams both make up the Eastern Conference.
Now, this league is all about innovation. Therefore, it features several differences from other soccer leagues. First, there are no ties in MLS Next Pro. If a match ends in a tie at the end of regulation, the game will proceed directly to a shootout with kicks from the penalty mark.
That brings us to the point system. Similar to other soccer leagues, a team will earn 3 points with a win at the end of regulation, 1 point for a tie, and 0 points for a loss in regulation. A club will earn 2 points if the game ends in a tie and they go on to win the shootout that Samara just explained following the end of regulation.
Last year, we introduced 2 rules not seen anywhere else. First, the off-field treatment rule, or OTR for short, where if a player is suspected to have an injury and is on the ground for more than 15 seconds, a medical crew comes onto the field to evaluate the player and assist him off the pitch. The player is then treated by medical staff and required to remain off the field for 3 minutes. Next, the red card suspension rule. If a player receives a red card, that player will serve the resulting 1-game suspension against the same team that he received the red card. This rule applies in the case of a direct red card or a second yellow card. 2023 will introduce a new rule. The league added a new time substitution rule. This allows a maximum of 10 seconds for a player to leave the field when subbed off. If he exceeds 10 seconds, the player coming in must wait 60 seconds to enter the field, which results in the team playing a man down for that period of time.
Also new this year, the expanded playoffs feature a pick-your-opponent format for the first 2 rounds. 7 teams from each conference will advance to the playoffs. The club with the most regular season points in each conference will earn a first-round bye. Now, during the quarterfinals, the next 2 teams in each conference, so the 2 and 3 seeds, will choose their opponent and will host their match. The 2 remaining teams not selected will play each other, with the higher-seeded team hosting. In the conference semis, the 1 seed will choose its opponent from the remaining 2 lowest-seeded teams, with home field advantage, of course. The second highest seed will host the remaining team.
Also this season, the majority of MLS Next Pro matches, plus all Decision Day matches and the Cup, will stream live on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. To view the complete schedule, visit MLSNextPro.com.
Samara and I are so excited for year 2, and we cannot wait to watch it all unfold alongside all of you.
We are back. We'll take a look at the highlights from Portland, Colorado here. And it got off to a hot start for Colorado. Spoiler alert, they really dominated this game, but you wouldn't totally know it by the score. It's just 1-0, but look at this for Calvin Harris right away. He's been able to get in behind this entire game, and you just saw it there, just couldn't get a shot off. But then this is a great just kind of sequence of events, and Vargas has way too much time to just let that one float to Harris. We've seen Harris through the air. That's beautiful. A wonderful header. Calvin Harris has his first goal of the next pro season, and it's 1-0. That's 5 minutes into the game, by the way, not even. Then another set piece. Set pieces have been pretty lethal. Harris bounces through, hits off the post, and Harris scores. Does he? No. Apparently he was offside. That was the call, so they'll call it back. And everything from the left side has been pretty awesome, actually. From Gersbach, he's done a pretty good job, him and Vargas, of servicing Harris. You saw that last look through the air, and then with his feet. Calvin Harris, again, I think that's been the key to this game. If they can get him a second one, maybe already should have, and they should be able to put this one away. That was the best opportunity for Portland and the only shot that they took in that first half. Here's another one for Harris. And a beautiful save by Bilichuk, and that's what it took, really, to stop him from getting his second goal. A callback offside, and then Bilichuk making a fantastic stop. And you just wonder how long Portland, if they continue to play like they did in that first half, can hold off Colorado, and specifically Calvin Harris. We'll see. Getting ready to start the second half between the Timbers and the Rapids. Shots are 6-2 in favor of Colorado, and of their 6 shots, they've put 5 on target. Just that one shot on target for the Timbers. And obviously you saw that one hit off the woodwork too from Chacon, the Rapids defender who came up on a set piece. Well, everything's just been going Colorado's way. So the Timbers will meet to kind of discuss how to proceed. Don't want to drop their 3rd game of the year, just 3 games in the season. For Colorado, they would like 9 points, 3 games in. So we'll see what adjustments the Timbers make and how they look to defend Harris. I mean, obviously when you are the 9, you're going to get served like you are. You're going to get most of the passes and most of the looks, but there hasn't been an answer for him. So I'm interested to see how this plays out. Obviously, there's other weapons too, like Hanya, who can make you pay. I mean, Hanya's the leading scorer with 2 goals already. No subs quite yet for either side, although we will definitely see some down the stretch. Just final words from Boucher, head coach for Colorado, and Portland's head coach Shannon Turner as well. Again, we're here at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Getting ready to cap off the day in Next Pro, Easter Sunday. Honestly, by the time we conclude on the East Coast, it'll be past Easter Sunday for those that celebrate. But we're here in Colorado, and it's the Rapids, the home side, who will start with possession. Again, they've completed 208 total passes. Just to put that in perspective, Portland's completed just 112, so that's double. And obviously Colorado's just, again, possessing, but taking their time in the attack, and then when they go, they look to pounce pretty quickly with Vargas, Harris, and Gersbach has been kind of a sneaky difference maker in this game. Coming up that left side, has been able to put together a couple of really nice crosses that almost went in. Back for Edwards here. Oh, we're seeing the aggression early from Portland, and you like to see that. Pope is able to take it away. Blake Pope runs into some traffic. Space at the top. Pope stretching out. Here's a chance. Illich dives. And we'll get a whistle here. Well, Illich, it looked like he did almost like a split to get there. And we'll see this again. Mischic to Pope and then collapsing in. We're going to get a foul called. But already better for Portland. We didn't see any sort of sequence similar to that in the first half, and so that's something to build on. And Colorado didn't look ready for that moment. Again, aggression is there. They look so much better. Griffith ahead to Penn. Now goes wide with it. Lofted up. And the header is off of Portland. And we got a player down right now. It's Mischic, it appears, in the 6, writhing in pain. Didn't see what happened, but might have taken a knock amidst the chaos there. Well, obviously did. Mischic is down right now, is just 20 years old. See this again. Oh, yeah. So with Larraz either knocked into Larraz's head or his shoulder with his own head. So Mischic just, they're going to be extra cautious on those. Glad he was able to stay down. They'll have to step off, of course, because the training staff came on to look at him, but glad he appears to be all right. Again, looks like he took a shoulder to the face. Edwards. Chacon. Again, he would have had a goal. That was off the woodwork. Harris would have had one too if he wasn't offside. So really, it should probably be 3-0 Colorado if you just look at the way that they've played so far in this game. Larraz turns, squares, goes back with it to Edwards. Aguirre. Tavares has that assist on the lone goal. Harris. Chacon right in the defense. Anderson trying to get it back. Anderson's had a good game too. He took a quality shot. Larraz has been a menace though in the midfield. Harris, that one too high. Well, Anderson gets a little tripped up. Nobody around him, though. Not a problem. Edwards on a brick wall. Mischich is back on and gets fouled. Immediately gets knocked down. Griffith, second season with the team for Portland. Clegg just keeps on going. Colorado's just done such a good job of reading every pass that Portland's been trying to make. Quick foul there as Hania goes down. Nothing much for Portland. Lofted up for Penn, though. Illich, a little bit risky there. That went in the air when he cleared. Portland had that opening sequence to start this half, and haven't seen much since. Hania moves to the middle. Left-footed shot is blocked down. Gets his own rebound, has another chance. Hania goes right this time, and he gets tripped in the box. And we're going to see a penalty. That's going to go against Clegg, and we'll see this again. So Hania moving right after that initial shot. Yep, that's a penalty. That's a correct call, and this is a huge moment for Colorado to extend the lead to 2. Alex Gersbach looks like he's going to be the one to take it. I spoke too soon. I think maybe just going to help out his teammate because Clegg is pretty furious. He's the one that was called for it, and now he gets a yellow card. They'll give it to Hania. Yosuke Hania ready to take the penalty here against Ryan Bilichak, who already made a phenomenal save in the round of play against Calvin Harris.
In the 53rd minute.
Here's Hania, low, and it's in. Yosuke Hania has 3 goals this year in 3 games played, and Colorado is now up 2-0. Just completely fools Bilichak there. Goes right side corner, a seasoned vet. Hania, again, 3rd goal, so impressive start to the season, and you wondered, you thought, okay, this is Harris's night. He's clearly been the target. It's Calvin Harris has had a dominant performance, and yet Hania just sneaks in there, draws the foul, and then takes the penalty and buries it. Portland wants one back. Pope. Cross, and it goes right to Illich. Hanya wants another. Darting towards it. Cross. Nobody home on the other end. Well, we're 10 minutes into the second half. And we've already seen a second Colorado goal thanks to a penalty that Hanya just finished. Ferdinand. Touch off Aguirre. Goes Portland's way. Larraz, again, just so impressive. He's so efficient. Every touch is meaningful. And now he finds Hanya, who curls that one right to Vilichuk. Penn looks around. Searching for options. Edwards read that nicely. Joshua Penn, one of those players that Portland added with some next pro experience. Came over from Chicago Fire 2. From Clegg. That wide flank. Weber. Pope. Can't keep it in. Illich not in a huge rush. Griffith just keeps on going, despite that contact with Hanya. Griffith again. Clegg. Service from Weber, broken up, headed out to Harris. And here he goes, met there by the defense. Larraz. Hanya. Aguirre can just mosey up. Half an hour in. 2-0, goal in each half for Colorado. Vargas having some trouble with Ferdinand. Larraz is as well. Muscles it out. Chacon. Edwards. Jakan, actually the only player in this game that played in the World Cup in 2022. Played in, again, the World Cup last summer with Costa Rica, so pretty impressive. Actually played in a 1-0 victory over Japan. He'll always have that moment. Just extremely impressive. Looks like Blake Malone's going to come in for Colorado.
Attention for substitution. Timbers2 making its first change.
Looks like Gersbach will be the one to come out. So that's your Colorado sub. On the other side, Jaden Jones-Riley comes in, and Michael Vane comes out.
Rapids 2 making its first change. Leaving the game, number 16, Alex Gersbach. Entering the game, number 46, Blake Malone.
So each team makes a change. Remember, Malone, as this one served up, header, sails over. It looked like it was Larraz who was the one to touch. It was, so we'll get a corner for Portland. Finish my Malone shot after we, or excuse me, point after we finish this set piece. Weber. Back post header, off the post. What a great look. That just doesn't go in for Portland. Julian Bravo coming up. Bravo so close, inches away from cutting this lead in half. Second round draft pick in 2022. I'll go with the short pass. It's Chich, right back at it. Harris. That one punched. In the air again. Bravo searching for it, but it lands out of play. Looks like it hit off a Rapids defender, so we'll get another corner. Oh, looks like Bravo's a pretty good option on those if they can find him. From Weber, trying that back post again to Bravo, and it was off on Portland. Well, this portion of the match is brought to you by UC Health. With personalized care in locations across Colorado, UC Health is here for you. No matter where your story takes you, UC Health, live extraordinary. Harris done extraordinary things today, just has the one goal, had one called back as well. Off the heel of Ferdinand. Larraz takes it himself. Harris back turn, trying to square. Just saw him and Hanya congested. Those are the two that have found the back of the net. Hanya on a PK. Jakan, Hanya, they're laying off him to Anderson. Box out. Using Bilichuk. Whips it towards the sideline. Vargas collects. Pope turns on the Jets, and it looks like Edwards just had something weird happen. Perhaps a cramp, but quickly goes down. He'll get up quickly. try to walk it off. Doesn't look comfortable for Edwards still. And he's gonna go down. So now we'll really have to pause play. He tried to get up because remember there's a rule that they can't be down for too long. If they are, they're gonna have to step off for an extended period of time, but he doesn't appear to be as good as he initially thought he was. So Edwards will go down. That's Michael Edwards, one of the center backs today. Well, the Rapids in complete control of this game so far, trying to hang on and pick up victory number 3. 8 shots compared to 2, so we're still at that lopsided number. 6 shots on target for Colorado compared to 2 shots on target now, actually. So it's 8-3, the shots so far in this game, actually. And possession still 65-35, just moved decimals. We've seen Harris in the 5th minute, Hanya in the 54th minute, so got off to pretty good starts in each half for Colorado, and the scoring has slowed since then. Griffith gets tripped. Timbers ball. Weber, quick pass to Griffith. Kalaskin. Illich for the Rapids. Pressure coming. Just seeing one sub for each side. Too heavy off Harris. Weber. Shift back. Again, the only goal scorer still is Kalaskan for Portland. Can they get another? Don't want to get shut out 2 games in a row. Coming off a 2-0 loss to the Earthquakes. Both losses this year, they competed, had a lot of shots, just weren't able to really find the back of the net. And Shannon Turner said there was a chance that one of those games, just something went right and it ended up being a win, but both unlucky losses. This portion of the match is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Colorado on the flip side, they've been a little lucky so far with 2 stoppage time game winners, but do make your luck in this world, and I think that they've got the job done, but I think Boucher would like an easier victory, one that doesn't make his heart skip a beat. 20 minutes to go here in Colorado. Play on. Harris doesn't get whistled for that one. Clegg. Ferdinand Clegg again. The one who committed the penalty that led to the second Colorado goal. Redirected to Illich. Serbian goalkeeper will just pick it up. When you look at teams right now in Next Pro that have not lost and won 3 games outright, there's just one other team in Orlando City. And Colorado would like to be a part of that conversation as one of the best teams to start the season. They could do that here at home. Bravo had the best scoring chance, hit the post on a header, set piece just a couple of minutes ago for the Timbers. Jones-Riley, that one cleared right to Weber. Edge of the box. There's a chance and Portland scores! Slices a lead in half as Kaliskan looks a little wobbly after that, but either way, Portland makes this a 1-goal game as you see just comes sliding in to tuck that in the corner as Kaliskan has 2 goals, the only 2 goals for Portland this year. And things just got a little more interesting in this game. Just a lapse there. Colorado defensively just letting him get through untouched, really. Looks to be all right after what was, again, a little bit of a nervous moment. Just looked a little wobbly after. Yellow card to Ferdinand, just clear with the tug of Hanya. Loraz back to take this set piece. Lots of movement, strength on that header. Post in! Beautiful from Michael Edwards. The center back comes up and scores.
Number 40, Keyshawn Ferdinand in the 74th minute.
Well, they're not kidding. Look at this. All through the air for Colorado. I mean, they call it the Mile High City, and we're seeing why. 2 goals headed home for the Colorado Rapids 2. And they get one back after giving up that goal on the other side. It's deflating if you're Portland because you just had a chance to equalize. You finally got some momentum. Your first round pick found the back of the net and you think, okay, we might be able to do this. And then right away, Colorado goes down and answers to extend the lead to 2. And again, you got to credit Loraz, who served that up nicely, and the couple of headers. Edwards is on the post to finish. Lovely stuff. Anderson. Could be a costly turnover. It's not, because Edwards gets in front of that one. Heel pass. Hanya. Harris makes a run. Calvin Harris slips through. Stops head-to-head with Clegg. Having some trouble. To Anderson. Hanya making a run. He's wide open. Cross to Harris. No, not on the same page. Just a little mistimed. But Harris was open. Back for Penn making a run. Edwards. Beautiful tackle. Clean. And Edwards is down again. He just scored a goal, and before that, he had been what appeared to be cramping up, and so he seems to be having a similar issue, and they're going to have to stop to have the training staff come out. This portion of the match is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. And Edwards having some issues. Hate to see it because he just scored the third goal. So just to recap the goal scoring, Harris scored in the 5th minute of this game. Then Hanya starts the second half with a penalty drawn and scored. Timbers get on the board as Caliscan just slides in, just kind of untouched at the top of the box, pokes it in the corner, and that cuts the lead to 2-1. Seems like Timbers have some life, and then on a free kick, a couple of bounces through the air leads to an Edwards goal on the near side. Just heads it home. That's where we sit right now. 3-1. Edwards is going to step off the pitch. Gire. Hanya. Ferdinand blazing up the sideline on the wing. Caliscan. Left-footed shot, it's in! What a beauty! Oh my goodness! Jaden Jones-Riley came in as a sub with a monster shot. Left-footed pure gold for Jaden Jones-Riley. It's a one-goal game again. Portland, I don't know. Every time Colorado scores, they seem to be reinvigorated. The lead is 1 again. And the Rapids are going to make a slew of subs here. So Jackson Travis will come in. Paris Mitchell will come in. Looks like Amadou is going to come in as well. Dauda Amadou is in. See Vargas coming off. Seems like a little confusion here.
Timbers2
Mitchell comes in because remember, Edwards, I think, is officially out. So he had gone down with an injury. Portland just scored. Lovely shot from, again, the sub in Jaden Jones-Riley.
Leaving the game, number 31, Anthony Markadic. Number 34, Michael Edwards. And number 39, Marlon Vargas. Entering the game, number 45, Dowda Amadou. Number 52, Paris Mitchell. And number 99,
Illich.
Jackson Travis. Substitutions made in the 81st minute.
Loraz. Full 360. Still has it. Finally gets challenged a little bit and he wins that battle. Aguirre. Jackson Travis just came in. Amadou. Harris. Loraz turns into traffic. Clegg might have just got a cleat to the body. Either way, play on. Penn keeps going. He wants the equalizer. Joshua Penn. Leaves it for Pope. Malone is just going to watch it roll. Illich is going to send everyone. A little bit of a warning there for time wasting. 7 minutes and change left in this game between Colorado Rapids 2 and Portland Timbers 2. And every time you just feel like Colorado is ready to run away with this one, Portland scores. In the second half, it's been back and forth, seeing 2 goals for each side. So that Harris strike at the beginning of the game is going to end up being very important if Colorado does win. Aguirre looks like he'll go the distance. Same with Anderson. Loraz. Clegg collects. Here comes Colorado. Paris makes a run. Hanya just a little behind him. Penn, almost. Illich, dangerous. Harris, here's a chance to really put this game away for Colorado. Harris shoots, scores! Finally, Calvin Harris gets his brace, and Colorado has 4 goals tonight. This is a long time coming for Calvin Harris, and a good ball from Paris Mitchell, who just came in. Is almost taunting the defense there, Harris.
Calvin Harris. Rapids 2 goals scored in the 86th.
Obviously, you can't play the what-if game, but if that goal in the first half doesn't get called back, his second goal, then he would have a hat trick. Instead, it's a brace, but he'll settle for it. Now he has 2 goals on the season. Hanya has 3 goals to lead the way. He's also scored a penalty, and you just wonder if this is going to be too much for the Timbers with 4 minutes and change to go to come back from. Ferdinand sprints. Jaden Jones Riley curls. Weber's going to have some time here if he can get it. Pope slices at it. Weber. Griffith. Jackson Travis comes up with it. Blocked by Hanya. Connor Miller's going to come in. Miller's going to take out Larraz here. So that's a first change for Colorado. Diego Elizad just came in as well for Portland. Offside. Colorado disagrees. Anderson on the toss. No hurry.
Attention for substitution. Timbers2 making its second change. Leaving the game, number 70, Joshua
Hanya,
entering the game, number
he's so shifty that he just causes people, especially late in games, to want to rip him down, and you just saw it there. He draws the foul, and now Hanya's going to stay down. Did bounce off a couple of bodies. Again, he's in no hurry. Colorado's in no hurry. Except for to get this game over with. They want to win, finish strong. And the highlights. And Calvin Harris, 2-goal sandwich in between his brace. Aguirre, and snagged out of the air by Bilichuk.
Living the game, number 18, Oliver Larraz.
Actually, when you think about it with Harris, he could have had 4 goals today. One was called back, and then Bilichuk just robbed him of one with a fantastic save. Moreno's going to come in for Portland.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 6 minutes will be added to the second half.
We get 6 minutes of stoppage time here.
Attention for substitution. Timbers2 makes its
Moreno's going to come in. Pope is going to come out. That's the change for you.
Entering the game, number 42.
We had quite a bit of stoppage time because there was a couple of injuries in the second half. Remember, stoppage time has been Colorado's bread and butter. They've scored 2 stoppage time game winners. Now, that wouldn't be necessary, but to keep the trend going, they could get another stoppage time goal. That would be 3 games in a row to start the season. Harris making a run. Paris Mitchell is as well. Travis follows. Harris gets knocked down. Illich hasn't seen too much action today. Had to make one save in that first half. Otherwise, just 3 shots. $11 shots total for Colorado. They've been dominant in this game. And again, just possessed. It's gone down a little bit actually for Portland for Colorado in the second half. 56% compared to about 44. Aguirre just took a hit. He's in some pain now for the Rapids. Looks like he's still down, and they're just going to keep going. 3 minutes left in this game. Aguirre's back up and gets a pass. Here's Connor Miller of Academy Products for Colorado. Griffith. Jones-Riley has a goal. It was the second one. And for the second time, it cut the lead to 1 for Portland, and yet they could not get the equalizer. Harris answers on the other side with his second goal. Things are getting a little physical here as Hanya goes down, and once again, he'll take his time getting back up. Finally, some pressure to stand up for Hanya. Miller. Colorado just biding time now. Draining the clock here at Dick's Sporting Good Park as we wrap up the Next Pro night and Easter Sunday in MLS Next Pro. Timbers searching for maybe one final look. And that one can't connect to Harris. Could tell he's perhaps eager for that hat trick, maybe. One final chance, blocked by Malone. And there is the final whistle. Colorado from start to finish, a dominant performance. Got a little dicey there twice. Portland made it a 1-goal game, but it makes sense that today's man of the match is Calvin Harris, presented by Adidas. He had a brace, his first 2 goals of the season in Next Pro. And you see this first one, Vargas did a lot of the heavy lifting here, and then beautiful finish from Harris through the air. That is a beautiful goal. Team sequence, that got things started in the 5th minute. Calvin Harris will score again in the 86th minute. Here he is again. This time it's with his feet. Thought for sure his second goal would be through the air. But again, too much space to operate, and he makes you pay. Goal number 2, he could have had 4 in this game, honestly. Fantastic performance from Colorado. They are still undefeated in MLS Next Pro play, and meanwhile, Portland has not won a game. That's going to do it from us here in Colorado. Saying so long, I'm Maura Sheridan. Have a great rest of your night. Enjoy the week. And thank you so much for joining us again one more time. Colorado Rapids 2 takes down Portland's Timbers 2 4-2.